Hi, my name is Linty and welcome to my channel. For this video I'm drawing one of my favorite subjects. Drawing eyes is always a good fun challenge, and this time it will be the eyes of a cat. Have fun! This is a nice project to try out my new Derwent Lightfast colored pencils. But first we have to start by drawing the eye. Of course you can do this in many different ways. And for more information about that, please check out the link above to see my video about drawing techniques. You can use a ruler to measure the distance exactly, but I like to use just a pencil. I don't really like numbers, so if I can avoid them, I surely will. I measure with the pencil all the sides of the eye I need to get the proportions right. And then, one by one, I draw them in. It takes some practice, and when you're just starting, you will have to measure a lot to get it right. But you know what they say, practice makes perfect, so just keep on drawing, it will get easier. Well, you can see here how it works exactly. And I just use the pencil I'm drawing with. It works just fine. Just take your time to really draw all the little pieces you need. Please don't forget the double edge at the bottom of the eye, it's easy to overlook. And the large shadow in the eye is also important to get right. And as you can see, I too have to use my eraser a lot. It takes time, and even if you're trained in drawing, you still make little mistakes. So don't be discouraged if you find this difficult. Yeah, funny how that goes. I wanted to try out the Derwent Lightfast and now I'm using my Polychromos again. I'm rather fond of my warm grey pencils and I love to use them in the first layer, especially for the darker colors. Well, but this is one of the Derwent pencils. It's a rather nice set. The pencils are softer than the Polychromos, but a bit harder than the Luminance, so it's a nice medium pencil. The colors are pretty great, a couple of nice pink ones, and those are always a challenge to get in good Lightfast ratings, so that's great. You can see me drawing in layers with a lot of different browns, greys and greens. After the first layers are blended with solvent, I will proceed drawing some of the fur around the eyes. Just a little touch of the fur gives this drawing some depth and makes the drawing a bit livelier. Remember to draw enough layers before using solvents, otherwise the solvent doesn't work as well. In the second part of layering, it's always nice to see the colors darken and become more vibrant. But please don't push too hard on your pencil, it damages the tooth of the paper, limiting the amount of layers you can put on. Just keep calmly building up the layers and adding color. It gets a little brighter, it gets a little prettier, but in this second part of layering, things can still go very wrong. With all the small details, it's easy to make mistakes which are not easily corrected if you pushed too hard. This layer of solvent gives you a pretty good idea of how the colors are going to be. It's so nice to see this, especially the darker colors come up so nicely. This blue pencil is also one of the Polychromos collection. It's a more subtle shade of blue and I like it better. That's also great about drawing with quality pencils. You can easily mix them together, no problem, and use multiple brands in one drawing. Time for details, and as you can see, I draw these pretty dark, with dark grey. I can do that because I will use the solvent and later on more of the whites to soften them a lot. So don't be afraid to go a bit darker here as long as you don't press too hard, because it will get softer. You can see that happening here. The solvent mutes some of the dark and that layer almost dissolves because of the solvent. Okay, now for a little close-up to get a good look at the last details. I'm using the burnishing method, as you can see here. If you want to know more about that, please check the link up here because I made a video about the basic techniques. This method involves pushing a bit harder on your pencils for the last layers to liven up the colors. In the light reflection of the eye, I left the white of the paper intact. And for those tiny details, you really need to keep studying your reference photo. Just keep looking and carefully drawing in the smallest color changes. And I keep looking at the photo a lot for this. Last little changes. Oh yeah, I overused the yellow a bit and had to remove that. And this will be the final drawing. I hope you'll have fun drawing your own cat eye. I post new videos every week, so if you want to improve your drawing skills, consider subscribing. And maybe give this video a like as well. Thank you very much for watching and I love to see you in the next video. Bye bye.